Blackout MX3 Hunter Arrows, guys, from Cabela's. Picked them up the other day. But believe it or not, this is just Cabela's branding Blackout. These arrows are actually Victory Archery. Victory Archery. And if you grab a pack of Victory Archery arrows, it's exact same. Like, that's what they show, the hands flexing the arrow on the back, spine chart, GPI, inner outer diameters, and shaft length and spine size. This and the Shock TL aluminum insert, that is Victory's, one of Victory's standard insert outserts for the arrows, and the IP Knox. So this is through and through Victory Archery arrows. This is my first batch of Victory Archery arrows. And it is the VAPS, the OG VAPS, not the VAP SS, which stands for stainless steel weave, nor the VAP TKO, which has a tight weave tolerance and is a heavier GPI arrow with stiffer spines and larger outer diameters. This is a 166 ID, so it's micro shaft diameter, 4 mil diameter, inside diameter. And the outer diameter goes up to 0.244, so just under a quarter inch, but it goes down as low as 0.218, which is what I got at the 500 spine, which is what we picked up, 500 spine. So super narrow, super skinny. These are the skinniest arrows, skinny shaft arrows I owned. Previous arrows that I owned that were the skinniest was the Black Eagle X Impact 300 spine, which is 0.231 outer diameter. So excited to shoot these. We'll be shooting these out of the recurve bow because I'm not convinced that the compound bow at 80 pounds, 31 inch draw is going to be too violent. I could definitely probably break these. It's probably not wise to shoot that out of here. It's too violent. The draw force curve is too sharp compared to the recurve bow, which has much more of a gradual acceleration from the string to the nock of the arrow. These are 0.03 straightness, so they're not the straightest batch, but we're not too worried about that because we are shooting recurves, and recurves are just not going to be as accurate as compound bows, though I'm convinced, having been practicing every day, I'm getting definitely way more accurate with them. Now, these are made by Victory, and they do seem smooth. I don't think they have the nano ice coating though, because they don't have that weave technology, but they're still Victory, they're still VAPs. These, I believe these are the OG original 166 micro diameter arrows. I believe someone in the comments can fact check me on this, but I believe Victory Archery is the original arrow manufacturer company that came out with the micro diameter shafts. But since then, other arrow manufacturers have come out with smaller diameter shafts, the 3 millimeter diameter shafts, so 0.125 inch, which is a 1/8 of an inch inner diameter. We have Black Eagles come out with an arrow that's that size, as well as some other companies, Penderis and Skylon. They're arrows that are sold internationally. Looking to get some of those eventually, but they have all an inner diameter of 0.125, so even smaller than 0.166, 4 mils. Those are 3 mils, and therefore their outer diameters are below 0.2 inches. They're in the 0.18, 0.17 inches, which is crazy for the amount of sexual density you can probably get out of those arrows. But we pick these up. They are 31 inches in length, 6.1 grains per inch for the 500 spine, 166 inner diameter, and 0.218 outer diameter, which is the smallest outer diameter shaft I own. We get the Shock aluminum inserts, which are 50 grains, and the IP Knock, which is 8 grains. These were $89 for 3. But Cabela's had 20% off, so it was $69 for 3 arrows. That does seem a little pricey. I thought we were just getting 3 arrows. I don't see where it says 6 arrows here. Ah, it says on the very bottom. Maybe I should have read that. 6 222 grain arrows. So there are 222 grains, fully rigged without the field point, or without the shot collar and knot, but we'll weigh that out and see. But anyways, 6 arrows for 69 bucks. Now that's talking. That's basically $10 a shaft. You can't beat that. I mean, that's incredible. So 6 arrows for 69 bucks. Now think about this. You get 12 arrows for 120 bucks and 24 arrows for $240. That is 4 times. You get 4 times more arrows with these Victory Cabela's branded arrows than you could with smaller diameter, micro diameter VAP arrows from Victory Archery, good reputable brand. You get 4 times more than you would with the UV1K arrows that Ultraview makes. 6 at $240. I mean, that's insane. That's a budget-friendly, good quality arrow right there, guys. Check them out. Check them out. Okay, so let's check out the sectional density, or the diameter here. Here's my Black Eagle .231 300 spine arrow. And the Victory Archery Cabela's branded MX3 Hunter VAP at .218. 0.218 versus 0.231. See if that'll focus. So all things being equal, if we were to increase the weight of this shaft and this shaft would out-penetrate it based on the lower outer diameter of the shaft. You could fit a smaller broadhead on the front, or field tip broadhead, and it would be narrower and still 5% larger than the shaft to create a easy fall through with the shaft to be able to slide behind the broadhead more easily. You get greater penetration out of that shaft. You could have a higher sectional density. More density for smaller cross-sectional area. If you tried to use the same size frontal diameter for the smaller diameter shaft, for this larger diameter shaft, you would get the shaft being larger than the frontal diameter of the head, and it would impede penetration. Here's our aluminum shock collars. This is my first time purchasing Victory arrows. I've been thinking about purchasing them for a while, and I tend to be more favorable towards Victory arrows than Easton arrows. I have shot Easton arrows before, and I just feel like they tend to break somewhat easier than even my Black Eagle arrows. I do like them better than Gold Tip, but I don't know. I'm excited to try the Pandarus arrows and the Skylon arrows eventually. I do like Black Eagle arrows a lot. I love their modifications you can get, added weights. There's a lot of accessories available for those arrows. Super nice. It would be cool in the future to try out some of those mini Super Sabers that MFJJ talks about on Podium, because I think he's onto something about how narrow that front part of the fletching is, about halfway mark to where it ramps up. It's very narrow, allowing it to shove most of the vein into the cavity of the animal, and then that last little bit just gets kind of sucked in because the majority of the vein's already gone through. It's interesting design. And we do have a slight helical to the left. I believe that's to the left because the back side goes to the left. Yeah. It'd be nice to figure out how to get these to where they are just barely bigger than the outer diameter of the shaft. And this is clearly a 932s. I mean, that's just, there's no doubt 932s there. I like how it goes over quite a bit though of the shaft. We're going probably almost a ½ inch. The arrow with the nock and the fletches is 222 grains on the money, just like they said. Okay, what about these collars? 50 grains. Okay, these are definitely gonna be my lightest arrows I've ever built, for sure. Glue. Off. Be some pretty gnarly FOC on here, I think. Nice knocks. Yeah, I'd say FOC is probably 15 to 18%, so pretty decent. Not bad. Just needle arrows though, guys. I mean, just wow. Guys, we are at an incredible 396 grains. I don't necessarily like light arrows though, so I mean, I do like them heavy. If we can increase the overall mass to make it stiff too. I don't want to necessarily have everything on the front. FOC is important, but I think a stiffer, heavier arrow that's smaller in diameter with a smaller frontal surface is going to be better for penetration, even more than a high FOC arrow. But we're just testing things here. We got a lot to learn, obviously. Let's see how this fits in the quiver. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, piece of cake. Shaft diameters. Look at that. Definitely thicker from right to left. The left being the thinnest, more narrow walled. Increased penetration. It's gonna be pretty savage. Excited to try these out.